Hi, my curious learners. So once again, we are back at our own favorite learning platform, Learn Forward, and you are with your Maths Buddy Mini and your maths book, Maths Concepts and Skills for Grade 5 by Feather Cap. I hope you are enjoying your sessions with me. So are you excited for another new session? What's the topic we are going to do today? It is about patterns and symmetry. I'm sure these words are not new for you, but definitely as you are growing, we'll be learning something new ahead. So let's begin with chapter 7 of your book, Patterns and Symmetry. Before we start, let's have a gear up exercise to know exactly what you remember from patterns and symmetry. Here's a gear up exercise. Kiran took a sheet of paper and folded it horizontally into two halves. She pressed the crease and unfolded the paper. So can you see? She just folded the sheet and then she opened it back. So she got a crease here. She darkened the creased line using a sketch pen and she just drew a line over that crease. She performed the same activity by taking another sheet of paper and folding it now vertically. So this was a horizontal folding and this is vertical folding it vertically into two halves. What can you say about the two halves Ankita got in both the cases? So it was Kiran who folded. So let's see what she gets. The two halves, they just overlap each other. May it be horizontal folding or may it be vertical folding, right? So that means the crease that she has got here, these are the lines of symmetry. So let's recall, what is a line of symmetry? It is an imaginary line. So that is why whenever we draw a line of symmetry, we draw it dotted, perforated line only. So that is an imaginary line which divides any figure, any shape into two equal, similar, same halves. So that if you just put them one over the other, they overlap and you get a feeling of one figure only, right? Now we'll get started ahead and we'll be learning about patterns and turns. Till now, you have learned which patterns do you remember? The patterns in numbers, in letters, what else? Yes, the patterns in shapes and colors also. They can be increasing, they can be decreasing. There are different patterns we have done with numbers also, right? Now we'll be learning about some new patterns and turns also. What do you mean by turn? Suppose this is an object, right? And look at the tip of this object. Where is it facing? It is facing upwards in the north direction. Now, if I turn it like this, now where is it facing? It is facing towards east. But how much have I turned? If you just look at this turn and imagine a circle or the face of a clock. So, how much is this turn when we talk about time? It is a quarter turn of the minute hand, isn't it? So, this turn right from the top, when it goes to the east, this is called a quarter turn, children, right? So, quarter turn means 1/4 of the turn, because what is complete turn? When you will be just rotating it full circle, that will give you a complete turn. But right now we have just rotated it a quarter. So it is 1/4 a turn or a quarter turn, we can say. Now, after this, if we have a picture like this and you give it a quarter turn, so see what will happen. This picture, this point where the petals of the flower are facing upwards, they'll move to the east direction, to the right now. So you get a quarter turn here. Again, when you rotate it, this tip goes to the bottom, to the south now. Again, give it a quarter turn, it will go to the west, and again you give it a quarter turn, it will come to its original position, right? So what we are doing, we are just giving the turns to the image. Now, in place of giving a turn like this only, if I move it further and go half an hour time, that means right from 12, I have moved it to 6. This is half a turn. What is it? half a turn. So the same picture, if in place of a quarter turn, I give it a half turn, what will happen? The petals immediately quickly from the top, they'll move to the south down. So right from here, we skip out this point and take quick turn. So it goes to the bottom. Again, you give it a half turn, children. From the bottom, where will the tip go? It will go to the top again. Can you see in the next image? And then when you look at the next one, it comes down again, then top, then down. So what is this? This is half a turn. After half a turn, we have a 3/4 turn also, just 3/4 of a turn. What will happen in that? Here, from the top will start, but we will stop directly at the position of 9 in the clock. So if this is your clock, you have 12 here, 3 here, 6 here, 9 here, right? So for quarter a turn, we are rotating only this much, only 90 degrees angle at one time. When we talk about a half turn, then from 12 exactly will move to 6. So that is called your half turn. This is your half turn, right? And in case of 3/4 turn, you will quickly move to, from 12, you will quickly move to 9 directly. This is your 3/4 turn. So you just have to move your image in such a way that if you are talking about quarter, we will first stop here. Then another quarter, you will go down, another quarter to the left, and another quarter will take it to its original position. When you talk about half turn, if it is like this, it will go just right, down, and then it will go right upwards. So no more stoppings in between, either up or down. Wherever you start with, a half turn will be, suppose I start from 3, I'll quickly go to 9 when it is a half turn, because now the position of my object is like this. It will take half turn. That means it will just move like this. Okay, just in the opposite direction when it is a half turn. And when it is a 3/4 turn or a 3/4 turn, you are here. See the tip of my marker, my object is at 12. So when it takes 3/4 turn, from here, it will go, move half, another quarter, and it will stop at 9. Now, after 9, if it takes another quick 3/4 turn, from here it will take 1/4, half, and it will stop at 6 now, right? So this is what is happening in this 3/4 turn. See, your flower is facing upwards. Then it will just take a 3/4 turn and it will stop at the left side now. That means towards the west. From west, it again takes 3/4 turns. So it will not stop here, neither here. It will stop at 6. That means towards the bottom. Again, from here, let's do 3/4. So it goes to the left, then top, and it will stop at the right side now. See? Again, let's see. From right, it again takes a 3/4 turn. So it goes down to the left and again up. So it comes back to its original position now. So this is how we take the turns to make different patterns, right? Here's an exercise for you. Complete the patterns given below. So we can just pick up any tail of the picture here, figure here. If you look at this, it was at the bottom. And when it takes turn, it comes to the right side. That means, children, how much has it moved? How much turn has it taken? 1, 2, 3. This is 3/4 turn. Now from here it takes 3/4 turn. 1, it will be here, then it will come here, and finally it will reach the top, which is here. So with this, you have to draw another 3 pictures for after taking 3/4 turn. So where will this tail go? In the next picture, from here, it will go here, then here, and then here. That means your this loop part will be to the left and this will be your right. Easy and interesting also. So now tell me, where will this loop part be in the next turn? Where will it be? From this direction, it will be exactly down. So when you move it, 1, 2, 3. From here, it goes 1, 2 and it will be at the bottom. So my next image will be like this. And what will be the next one again? Tell me. It will be at the location of 3. Yes. From here it goes to 9, then 12 and then finally it stops at 3. Good. So it will be like this, right? So this is how you will be doing the rotation of, checking the rotation of all the images here first and then proceed. So here it is facing 3. Here it is facing 9 and then, sorry, after 3 it is facing 6 and then it is facing 9. So which turn is it? 1/4. That is perfect. Now look at this also. Look, the dots are here. Look at this vertical line. The vertical line becomes sleeping horizontal line, right? So which turn is it? It is again 1/4 turn. So just observe and then draw the next 3 pictures. Now write the turn given for each pattern that is formed. One has been done for you. What is the turn here? See, this is upwards. We can go clockwise, anti-clockwise also, but let us see. From here, it goes to here, then it comes down, but that will be clockwise. If we take it anti-clockwise, this tail will first come here and then it will come here like this, in this direction. So it is anti-clockwise, it is going reverse and taking half turn. Now from here again, it takes half turn and it reaches here. Again it takes half turn and then finally again half turn and reaches its original position. So when we talk about clock, the movement can be with the numbers. This is called clockwise movement. And when it is in the reverse order, like we go from 6 to 9 or 12, that is clockwise. But if we go from 12 towards 6, as we have done in this pattern, so this is because we are moving in the reverse order of the movement of clock, this is called anti-clockwise turn. Okay, so clockwise is with the flow of numbers of the clock and anti-clockwise is in the reverse direction of the flow of the movement of the hand of the clock. So we have more here. Look at these patterns and find out the last one that will come, next one that will come in the box here. Now it's fun time for you. Use the design given alongside to create a pattern for yourself. You may turn the design in any way you want. So just be creative. Take your own turns as you want. You can take quarter, half, 3/4 or you can even take lesser or more angle there. So create your own design, your own pattern, children. Now in a project, you have to imagine you are an interior designer and you have to design a wallpaper. Have you seen wallpaper? How just patterns flow there? Sometimes they are just the same. Sometimes they are just changing their positions, taking different turns. So you have to design a wallpaper. Take an A4 sheet of paper and start your design. Remember, the design must include patterns. Use colors of your choice to design the wallpaper. So you have to be your own creator. You have to show your own creativity, your own skill here. Use any pattern, any turns, any colors of your choice. And I wish that is going to be your next wallpaper, right? Once ready, show it to your classmates and let them identify the pattern created. So you will just be exchanging your own patterns and sharing your happiness with each other. Let's see if your partners can actually find out what patterns have you used there. Now we have the rotational symmetry. What is rotational symmetry? If there is an object which can just rotate in any order, any way, and then reach its original position, then that is called a rotational symmetry. How? Let us see. If you look at this S, I give it a turn. This is which turn? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise. Now I give it a quarter turn clockwise. So it is like this sleeping S. I give it another quarter turn here. So although, see, this is the point I have to start with. This was at the top. Now when I rotate it one turn, 1/4 turn, this point reaches here. Now when I rotate it once again, actually this point reaches here. But what do you see? Although the starting point has changed its position, its place, but do you think that these two images are just the same? Yes, they are the same. That means this is the rotational symmetry. Now, when I move ahead, what do I see? My dot will reach here, and again in the next quarter turn, my dot will be here. So, in how many turns has this reached its actual position? In just 2 turns. So, from here it reached here and it reached its original shape, position, whatever. But then it is looking similar to this. So, this is called, in 2 steps we have reached here. So, this pattern has, this letter has the rotational symmetry. And in how many turns it reaches its original position? That is called the order of rotational symmetry. So, here it reaches in 2 steps. So, this is called the rotational symmetry of order 2. So, this is the order of rotation, and your S has rotational symmetry of order 2. Right? So, in how many turns it looks like its original shape, position, everything, that is the order of rotation. Now come to reflection symmetry. What is reflection? When you stand in front of a mirror, you get your own reflection, right? So this line of symmetry that divides something in 2 similar shapes, right? Exactly 2 parts. So a line of symmetry divides the shape into 2 similar parts that have mirror image of each other actually. So what do you see for this Taj Mahal? It gets exactly the same image below water also, in still water. Same happens with India Gate here. So if you look into this image, image of India Gate into water, you will see exactly the same picture inside water also. So these are called reflection symmetry. So it is just like how you see the reflection. If I have a letter M here, how do I see its reflection in water or in mirror? It will be inverted like this, like W. So this is called the reflection symmetry. Right, children? Now let's move to the next. You have an exercise here, fill in the blanks. So what do you see here? This picture is moving, right? So how is it moving? Look at the top. Where has it been now? That means to the right it has taken how much turn? Quarter turn. So this rotational symmetry is 1/4 rotation. Now when you move ahead, how many times does the image look like its original shape in one complete rotation? So once you complete the rotation, from top it goes to right, it is still not same. Then it goes to bottom, it is still not same. Then it goes to the left, it is still not same. Then again it will go up, right? So how many times does the image look like its original shape in one complete rotation? Only one time. That means this is the order of rotation is 1 only. Now look at this shape. Again, what turn is it taking? 1/4. And how many times is it looking like its original shape? Here and then here also, right? Although it has not reached the same point. See, if I take the top here, the top goes here and here the top is at the bottom. But still these two pictures are looking identical, same as if it is the original one put here, right? So this is actually, it will happen 2 times. So here also the turn is 1/4, the rotation symmetry, but then it will be 2 times in its original position. So you can do the rest of the parts yourselves, and here you have to rotate the image and then make it also. So if you rotate H, how do you get it? It becomes I. Again when you rotate it becomes H. Again when you rotate it becomes I, and then it becomes H. So what is the order of symmetry? When you rotate it throughout full circle, how many times do you see it is identical to H? Here and here. So it is order 2. What is the order of symmetry? It is 2. Similarly, you will be doing for other parts, children. Now complete the following symmetrical shapes. So you have to draw on the other side also. Let's do it. When you have to do it here, you get an 8 instead of B. And here when you draw, see, the reflection line of symmetry is given at the bottom. So where will you draw the reflection part? Below the line, and you get a W instead. So just make it identical to the above picture using your ruler also. Okay, just be perfect in drawing this. Now, have you noticed that the word ambulance is always painted in front of the vehicles as shown? What do you think this is? Why do you think this is so? When you look at the ambulance, ambulance is written just in the mirror image. Why? Why is it not written as AMBULANCE? The letters are inverted there. Why? Can you tell? Okay. Actually, what happens when somebody is driving and the ambulance is behind? So you will just see that word ambulance in the mirror in front of you, in front of the driver. So there the reflection should come and show ambulance clearly in the perfect way, right? So that is why on the ambulance, it is written in the reflection image form, right, children? Now let's move to the next. It's chapter at a glance. So a shape has rotational symmetry if it looks exactly like its original shape while it is rotated around its center point in a full circle. And then the line of symmetry divides the figure into exactly 2 parts, and it is also called the symmetry or mirror symmetry, right? Line symmetry or mirror symmetry, they mean the same. Now, competency based questions for you. Which of the following letters do not have any line of symmetry? So you just have to see which letter is there with no line of symmetry. The mirror image, yes, exactly. This is B. Which square must be shaded so that the figure has a line of symmetry? So let it be a puzzle for you to solve. Just see which of these you should shade so that you get exactly just the line of symmetry here. Coming to next miscellaneous exercise, tick the correct option. What turn is used to make the pattern indicated below? So what do you see here? Just look at the tip of this heart. It moves to the left and then it moves to the top. So which turn is it, children? 1/4 turn. That is perfect. Next, what type of symmetry does the Ashoka Chakra in the Indian flag has? Line symmetry or rotational symmetry or both or none of these? We are just talking about Ashoka Chakra only. So what do you think? What type of symmetry does it have? Does it have the line symmetry? Yes. What about the rotational symmetry? Perfect. That also. That means both the symmetries are there. Now let's move to subjective type questions. What is the order of rotational symmetry for the following shapes? So you just rotate them and see whether you get the same shape and in how many turns do you get it. This is for you to do. Which of the following is a symmetrical shape? Symmetrical pattern. So you have oval here, then this, and then you get okay, this, and again here. But in this case, oval, then this is your diamond, pentagon, rectangle. But when you just have a line of symmetry, you get oval. Oh no, this is not symmetrical pattern. This is the simple pattern we have done till now. Oval, then diamond, then pentagon, rectangle, oval, diamond, pentagon, like that. But your symmetrical pattern is A. Now let's see the third one also. You'll just identify whether you have the symmetrical pattern here or not. List at least 3 letters of English language that display 2 lines of symmetry and the ones that display rotational symmetry. We have already practiced this with the letters for the line symmetry. Now with letters also for rotational symmetry, we have learned for S, we have done it for H and I also. So you just find out yourselves what other letters you can write here. Now let's observe. Take A4 size blank sheet of paper and poster colors. Fold the paper into 2 equal halves horizontally and then press the crease. Unfold the paper and pour drops of 4 different colors on the crease at some distance. So if you get this as the crease, you'll be dropping 4 different color drops here. And again fold the paper and then press the crease. So what will happen? What do you observe after unfolding the paper? You get the blots on the other part also. Just experiment and see what happens with your color, right? Because you will be using poster colors here. So just let me know your observation. Now here you have a maths lab activity to understand the concept of reflection better with your teacher and your friends. So visit your maths lab and then have fun with this activity. We'll be coming up with more interesting sessions ahead. Till then, happy learning, children.